Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hello Word, the podcast where we explore the fascinating world of English vocabulary. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm thrilled to have you join me today. Our word of the day is bizarre. Bizarre is a C1 level adjective meaning very strange or unusual. It's a word we use to describe things that deviate significantly from the norm, things that are odd, peculiar, or even unsettling in their strangeness. Think of something that makes you do a double take, something that you wouldn't expect to see or experience in everyday life. That's often when the word bizarre comes into play. In everyday language, we might say something is bizarre if it's outside the realm of normal experience, almost dreamlike in its unusual qualities. Now, let's delve into some synonyms for bizarre. One synonym is weird. For example, he had a weird dream last night about talking squirrels. Another is peculiar. Consider the sentence, she had a peculiar habit of collecting bottle caps. We can also use odd as a synonym. It's odd that he hasn't called back yet. Another similar word is strange. We can say, there was a strange light in the sky last night. And finally, unconventional can also be used. Her style of painting is quite unconventional. Now, let's look at some antonyms of bizarre, words that have the opposite meaning. One antonym is normal. For example, it was a normal day at the office. Another antonym is ordinary. Consider the sentence, she led a very ordinary life. We can also use typical as an antonym. This is a typical example of his work. Another contrasting word is conventional. We can say, his views are quite conventional. And finally, common can also be used as an antonym. It is common to see rain in Seattle. Let's look at how we can use bizarre in everyday life. Imagine you see someone wearing a full suit of armor at the grocery store. You might comment, that's a bizarre sight. Or perhaps you hear a news story about a cat inheriting a fortune. You might say, that's absolutely bizarre. It's a word we often use to express surprise or disbelief at something unexpected and out of the ordinary. Here are some more examples of bizarre used in sentences and phrases. The movie had a bizarre plot that was hard to follow. He told me a bizarre story about his encounter with a ghost. She has a bizarre sense of humor that not everyone appreciates. It's bizarre how quickly time flies when you're having fun. I had a bizarre dream last night that I was flying over a giant pizza. The restaurant served a bizarre dish that combined chocolate and fish. The artist created a bizarre sculpture made entirely of recycled materials. It was a bizarre coincidence that we both showed up wearing the same outfit. He has some bizarre ideas about how to improve the economy. The whole situation was just utterly bizarre. The word bizarre is very useful. We might say the situation was bizarre, or that's a bizarre coincidence, isn't it? I think this is a word that will add color to your vocabulary. In conclusion, bizarre is a C1 level adjective that means very strange or unusual. We learned about its synonyms like weird, peculiar, odd, strange, and unconventional, as well as its antonyms like normal, ordinary, typical, conventional, and common. We also explored how to use bizarre in everyday conversations and various example sentences. Thank you so much for joining me on Hello Word today. I hope you found this episode helpful and informative. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. Your support helps others find our show and expand their English vocabulary. And now, for your homework, I encourage you to create your own sentence using the word bizarre and share it as a comment under the video. I can't wait to read them. Until next time, happy learning!